like we made it. Look how far we come, my baby. I'm glad we didn't listen. Look at all we would be missing. They say, I bet they'll never make it. But you look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. Still the one, you're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I kiss good night. Still one. Yes, that's the channel song for the message, y'all. We made it. The Holy Spirit is still the one. Divine is still the one we run to, we belong to, we hold on to. I'm glad I didn't listen. I'm glad y'all didn't listen. You blocked your ears off from the lies, from the accusatory one, okay? Y'all, that's the channel message for the divine channel message. Divine Justice back, giving you a divine channel message here for the collective, divine collective. You ready? They wanted you to follow the leader, but you are the leader. They wanted you to follow the leader, but you are the leader. You were the leader. You are the leader. You will be the leader. It's past, present, and future, baby. It's past, you were, are, and is, baby. And will be, baby. Hold on. Yes, I'm glad you did listen. Look at all you would be missing. Come on, y'all. Like, that's big, y'all. And like right now I'm getting with that is that a lot of y'all are still working on this reprogramming. A lot of y'all are going deep. Y'all are going deep. Y'all are really seeing within where the bad seeds was planted, and y'all uprooting. Y'all got the little gardening tools. Y'all getting that shit out. Like, I don't know who put that thought in my head. Get that shit on up out of here. Get that on up out of here. That's not true. That's not true. That's not me. That's not me. If it ain't true, it ain't true, baby. If it ain't true, it ain't true, baby. So y'all really, divine is really proud of y'all for having those spiritual shields up around y'all gateways. Come on, the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the nose. Come on, the womb. Come on. Y'all had y'all gateways up, everything. Y'all had everything protected. Men, I'm hearing y'all protected y'all manhood. Look, I'm just saying what I'm hearing. We talking about gateways, things that go in and out. Rectum is involved with that, okay? Y'all was protecting. Ladies, y'all were protecting. Fellas, y'all were protecting. And not just that, we had to touch on the sexual, okay? Divine's gonna talk about everything. But not just that. They saying the big one was the ears, yo. The big one was the ears. You didn't listen. You protected all your gateways, but you didn't listen. That's the big one, because if they get in your head, then they in your drawers. I'm done. Oh my God. Excuse me, y'all. I sweat a little bit on my nose when I channel. Yeah, like my grandfather. Shout out to you, Papu. I love you. But yeah, so they wanted you to follow the leader. They wanted you to follow the line. They wanted you to follow the program. But you were the leader. You were the head of the line. You just was put last because God said the last gonna be first. So that's what you had to be, baby. How you gonna be first if you ain't in a position to be if you wasn't last? God is picking the last. He picking people from the end of the line, putting them at the beginning of the line, baby. You ain't at the end of the line. You ain't in the right place. Okay? So, yeah. You made sure you kept the good head on your shoulders. You made sure you didn't listen to and they tried to penetrate confirmation. They tried it. They tried to penetrate your shoes, boy. And little things got through here and there, but nothing was planted. Nothing took. The soil, it didn't take. The soil rejected it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The soil rejected it, yo. And now you about to get it all. You ain't finna miss shit. Look at all you would be missing. I channel music a lot. You already know. Shout out to my Light Codes Unlocked. Yes, definitely check me out. Support me on my my musical, you know, my healing journey, whatever. It's just one of the tools that my soul is very comfortable with. And I would even say far as a gift that I have, you know, and you better use them, okay, or you'll lose them, okay? And it's helped me a lot heal trauma and release a lot of things and discover a lot of things and empower myself and restore my aura, restore things. So check that out. And so, yeah, this message, y'all, I'm gonna have to this is just the intro because I ain't even got into it yet, y'all, because the song was so powerful. Guys, like, let them know, like, how proud I am of them for keeping my word in their head. Y'all kept y'all head in the Bible. Y'all kept y'all head, you know what I'm saying, on Christ consciousness, meditating, make sure you, and, you know, planting, your son, you're in nature, y'all kept it high vibrational. You kept it integral. You kept it intact. And the Spirit is just very proud of you, you know, for not listening to that crap. And then even now, it's like 5-10 years later, you still reflecting. You've cleaned out a lot of junk, but it's like you're smarter, you're sharper now. So as you go back through the file, you're seeing things differently. You're like, damn. And it's another download message that I'm going to be uploading soon. But you're like, damn, they really tried to tear down my internal narration. They really tried to tear down my self-concept. They really tried to lie to me, yo. Over and over and over and over again. And not just in what they... See, people will lie to you. The biggest form of deception is action, not even just words. It's the way people treat you. That's a goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? Treating me like a goddamn bum. That's a bold-faced, sorry, Lord, using your name in vain. But that's a lie. God knew what it was. God said that's a God lie. God was like, I don't play that. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Not even just a lie, that's a goddamn lie. Come through, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. But yeah, so into the channel message. What's up? It's Divine Justice. Here's your divine channel message for the Divine Collective. Back in it. They wanted you to follow the leader, but you were the leader. You are the leader. And you still wrapping your head around it. You still wrapping your head around it, but it is what it is. You was born like that, Chosen. You was born like that, Divine One. You was born like that. Beautiful soul. And yeah, it's just a lot of pauses. Sorry, y'all, because I be feeling into it, feeling into my words, feeling into what I'm feeling into what I'm feeling. But yeah, so let me just read y'all what the divine channel that came through. They laughed at you. Okay, like this is a big thing. Like I keep getting this laugh, this cuckle, this kiki, this mock, this. That was and it's like people where you really don't know. I mean, until you know, they don't really teach us the language of the divine like that. So, you know, people just think killing and stealing and R-wording is the only way you can, you know, really offend the divine. And I mean, I'm here to tell you, no, I'm sorry. It's a lot more simple and complicated than that. Hold on, my mama calling. My bad. But yeah, we back. This laughing situation. And let me tell you, it's a divine. That's why I say, That's why I say I hope you get validation, confirmation, and affirmation from your divine team and the Most High, because like the way the Most High, like this whole thing is mimicked from the divine one. You feel me? The divine. You know what I'm saying? So these systems and all that is somehow copied. You feel me? Even if it's distorted or perverted once it get down here. But what was it? But yeah, these systems and stuff, like this lab situation, this really, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Because your divine team have a lot to do with this. See, people don't understand how the divine world work, okay? You got the Most High, but then you got her systems, his systems, okay, attached. You got the Most High, then you got the systems, okay? You got the systems, okay? Whether you got the financial system, you got the current, see how that work. Okay, you got the court, you got the law, how spiritual law, you got how that work. Okay, you got divine bloodlines, you got different levels, okay? Okay, so I say that to say your divine ancestors, people don't understand, like they just think it's God, especially with this whole Christian ideology. They just put so much focus on Jesus, and they do the Trinity and everything, but they don't talk about your family members that's crossed over. They don't talk about just, you know, just different high ranking. They don't really talk about the angels like that, you know, not the way they need to be talking. Like, not, it's a few stories in there, you know. I gotta finish reading the Bible in here. I mean, I finished, I've read it, but I gotta read it, you know, continuous, like a lot. You have to really reread it. Just because you read something once, I mean you remember it, right? But you get what I'm saying? But it's like, I had to study it more, but they be going over these same stories. We know what they push, the same dogmatic stuff, and they don't even really get into a lot of, like, no, I ain't gonna lie. The Bible be getting into it. The preachers don't. The Bible be like a whole bunch of stuff in the Bible. But then even with the books that's missing, it's so many different. The stories be getting into it because people start reading for themselves. They be like, oh, y'all, why they ain't tell me that this, and this, and this happened? Be like, see, you gotta read it for yourself, because it get into all it. And then especially when you start learning and you start, people start dissecting the Bible from an extraterrestrial point of view, be like, okay, now hold on. Then it be getting extra deep. So anyway, but yeah, you got, so yeah, the metaphysical standpoint, like all type of stuff. So it be like it could get extended, is all I'm saying. Like the divine, and there's extensions, right? And so you had extensions of divine there. You had, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when you sit and really think about it, it'd be like, damn, like if you sit and put your imagination around this, like, imagine you talking crap about somebody, right? That's somebody's child, but they actual parent is in the room, right? It might not be their living parent, but their parent is there, their grandparent. You feel what I'm saying? They auntie, they uncle. You don't know who, you feel me? And then imagine they, you know, the most murderous of they ancestors in the room. You know, they uncle who really get down with the get down, sitting there listening to you degrade their nephew, their niece, they great, you feel me, granddaughter, grandniece, or anything. I mean, just imagine, like, if you really, just imagine on some Mulan shit, for real. From some Mulan shit, how the ancestors came out, and they ain't had feet and shit, but they was right there, and they was glowing and shit, and they was sitting there like, Mushu, right, Mushu, right, yes. Imagine, so even with the love and the light ones, imagine somebody high-ranking ass grandma sitting there listening to you laugh. We not talking about truthful, honest, innocent. We talking about the conversation that is meant to tear down somebody's foundation. Come on now, they internal foundation, they emotional foundation, something that they need to get through life. See, people always try to make it about money and about the physical, like your physical health is, no, your emotional health is way damn near more important than your physical health. Because your emotional health affect everything. Your ass crazy, you can't work out, you can't do nothing, you can't take care of your kids good, your legacy is ruined, your destiny done. You done. Just stay down. Just stay down with your crazy ass. You get what I'm saying? You can't help a crazy motherfucker. They be in shape and everything. You get what I'm saying? So everybody always diminish and degrade and dismiss the feminine, the emotional aspect of life. That is the God aspect. That is why we lost. That is why they fucked up out here. Because they turned away from the God aspect, from the divine aspect, from what make you fucking divine, from what make you human, from what make you give a fuck about the littlest creatures to the biggest. Y'all ass out here thinking about money and muscles and BBLs and looking good. That's the left side. That's the left side. You ain't integrated nothing with the right. And everybody, when you learn the science, everybody, they tell you. It's about the whole thing about the Christ conscious rising, all that is about that energy coming up and hitting that pineal gland. And what does it do? Everybody talking about hitting the pineal gland, hitting the pineal gland, hitting the pineal gland. No, that ain't the fucking big deal. After it hit the body gland, now it's the fucking big deal. You activate that right brain. Fuck is you talking about? You activate that, you integrate that right brain with the left. Other than that, you ain't no whole motherfucking person. You ain't even seen, you ain't even on the motherfucking map. You ain't even, they see you, but you damn looking dirty and dusty. Okay? Let's stop fucking playing out here. It is the emotional aspect that is missing. It's the emotional aspect that is most important. It's the care aspect. It is the... Stop fucking playing. Y'all ain't activated none of y'all DNA out here with y'all cold-hearted, sleepwalking, programmed asses. Excuse my language. That's the ancestors coming through. I apologize. I ain't trying to talk down on nobody. Confirmation on my phone. I'm not trying to talk down on nobody. But they gotta stop this. This have to stop. The lies have to stop. The lies have to. You know how easy it is to program a brain? People walk around programming. They don't know they program. Shit, I was programmed. I didn't know I was programmed. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with them. It's so fucking serious out here. So when you out here laughing at, like, yeah. So we talking about the divine and an extension of the divine. God is everywhere for sure. But you that's not the only motherfucker you gotta worry about. See, that's the thing. It's not even no disrespect to the Most High. The Most High don't feel disrespected. Most High got me here to tell you, as a messenger. I'm not the goddamn source. I'm the messenger. Come on now. Y'all gotta stop beating up on the goddamn messengers. And you mad at the source, take it to the source. So source can tell your ass itself. Sit the fuck down. I don't care how you feel about it. That's the truth. Yeah, I ranked them up before you. Yeah, I created them before you. Yeah, I chose that. Yeah, they the chosen vessel. And you not. Like, come on now. Let's stop playing out here. So yeah, back to the message. It's not just the divine. You got to worry about these people's divine ancestors. These people divine family members. These people divine lineage. These people, whoever they connected to, the divine deities they connected to. You ain't just got to worry about the divine. At the end of the day, it is the divine. It is the divine. This is how the divine compartmentalized itself, broke itself up. So this is how the divine running shit. Okay? So at the end of the day, if the divine is everywhere, but the divine is maybe handling something else at the same time, Archangel Michael might be in the motherfucking room. It recording every goddamn thing to take back to the divine for when the divine can give his attention to it. You feel what I'm saying? Stop playing. So the point is, this whole people getting laughed at situation, that was a high offense. Why? Because you offended somebody's fucking very fucking powerful, very loved dearly by the divine ancestors, or very fierce ancestors that actually got, let's just say, clearance to do some shit to your ass because you was fucked up for doing it. They ain't even gotta be super divine to be able to move on you. All they gotta have is clearance. So stop fucking playing with them. Yeah, Jesus could be in the goddamn room. Jesus could be somebody goddamn ancestors, and you talking shit. Playing in a barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said it. You gotta be fucking careful. Me, I gotta be fucking careful. You know what I'm saying? As the prophets learn quick. Watch what you say. Watch what you say. Watch who you talk about. I'm recording. I'm seeing everything. And you got to be careful because personalities matter. See, this is why you got to learn the divine systems and learn how the divine work and learn the divine language. Because look, everybody is got a personality. You got to be careful. Because you might not be in the presence of somebody forgiving ancestor, and you might be. See, that's the thing. You might have been in the presence of somebody forgiving ancestors. They heard everything you said, and they hit you with a slap on the wrist for theirs. They took it easy on you. They got a good heart, even on the other side. But see, once that chosen one get activated, they cry a certain cry, they pray a certain prayer, they scream a certain scream. They wake up some of these other motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? They wake up some of these older, or some of these darker. It don't matter. It depends on how the emotion came through into the ethers. Because you can wake up the dark. You can wake up the high, low places, baby. That scream went to high and low places. The divine heard you, baby. That's for somebody. The divine heard you. Don't think they didn't heard you. When I say the divine, your ancestors, the angels, whoever is protecting you, they heard you and they took it to the Most High. You best believe they did. So all this laughing and talking about people behind their back, you got to get more serious about that. Divine Collective and karmics and everybody else and whoever else is this message coming. Stop playing. Even if you are Divine Collective, you don't do stuff like that. Get more serious about telling people this shit, because I ain't even know why I'm charged right now. Get more serious about telling people this type of stuff, because they think that putting hands on people is the only way to end up in spiritual jail. It's not. Putting your mouth on people, you can mess up your life. You can get your life. You get what I'm saying? Don't let the wrong uncle be in the room and you got a past of doing shit to people. And you got a past of doing shit to people. You got a record. You got spiritual debt and karma and charges racked up. And this uncle come to the court like, can I move on him? The magistrate might just gonna have to be like, shit, bring his ancestors in. We're going to have to bring his ancestors in. We might have to do it to him. They in there pleading and crying, trusting. No. Flower bringing, song singing, be coming before we come down here. They be doing that shit up there trying to help your ass not get it. While that person ancestors just letting them cry, letting them wail, letting them plead to the judge. But that other ancestors right there up there like, I know. It's okay, we know. The judge gonna take everybody's shit into consideration. That uncle ain't gonna have said nothing else but that one thing the first time they said come in. They came in and said, then they gonna sit their ass down and let justice do it. And don't let the fucking dark uncle be up there with the great light grandma, the one that actually got spiritual rank and is plugged with the divine, that they didn't do fucked up shit while they was here on earth. So you got a dark ancestor and a light ancestor sitting in the court calling judgment. For you continuously putting your mouth, fucking up they name, and likeness. And then the energy get to their child, and their child don't understand why they feeling depressed and doubting themselves. They don't feel strong and confident in who they are. Everybody's talking shit about them, trying to ruin their reputation. You think their ancestors gonna let you ruin their child's reputation? How their child gonna be able to deal and deal in the world? Fuck up their money because people think they this and that. Fuck up their situations, their relationships, their money, their love life. Because people have talked down on their name. Simple as that. That is very dangerous. That is very high offense. Because people don't understand and put the thought into how, what they do when they doing it. They know that they know that they tearing up this person possibilities of their opportunities in their future. Some people even know they turning people away from you in the moment, in the present. They doing it in right then and there. They know. They telling you, man, don't fuck with that girl. Don't fuck with that boy. Coming out right now and not even just saying some, not even being coy about it. Not even just throwing negative shit about you here and there in hopes to turn the person away. So a lot of these motherfuckers, man, don't fuck with them. They this, they that, that. Like arrogant. We talking about the people that's been arrogant and just nasty with their tongue. We not talking we got other stuff for other people. We talking about people with high offense on this shit. On this mockery, on this what do you want to call it, Divine? Yeah, the character assassination, but what's the legal? Defamation of character. Y'all, that shit is very serious, okay? And not even just defamation of character. Y'all yelling at somebody, talking to somebody in a mean way, tearing them down, trying to make them feel bad. Well, you ain't, and you da-da-da-da-da, and that's why you, and that's why don't nobody. But we're not talking about an innocent, honest argument where two people lost it and kind of, you know, got nasty with each other, and that don't really happen like that. No, we talking about somebody that's always on somebody's ass, tearing them fucking down. This is what you do. This is your spiritual fucking weapon. Fucking up people's name, fucking up people's reputation, trying to break their spirit. So not only fucking up their name, not only you doing something external. This is why it's so bad, because you're doing something external to that person's reality, but not only that, you're doing something internal to their reality, and that's where you really fuck up, because that's God's area, that's God's domain. God wants full control of people's insides, and when you start trying to go in and trying to tell somebody that they ain't shit, and they starting believing, they starting to actually believe it. They actually starting to move in that. Their ancestors is done. They're pissed because now you are really fucking disrupting their destiny. What they here to do, baby? What they here to do? Build a business, raise these strong, beautiful kids, whatever. Build a brand, talk, motivational speak, play the goddamn guitar. Right, paint a picture. Now this person is broken down psychologically, emotionally. So this is why the emotional body is the most important body. I will tell you it is. It's the one directly connected to the spiritual body. To the ethereal body. It might even be the ethereal body. Is it the same? I don't know. Correct me, my metaphysical people and more advanced people in the chat. Because people need to understand this, because the European patriarchy has completely inverted you, baby. What's up is down and what's down is up, and you don't know your butt from your head. You thinking emotionally and bullying people ain't that bad. When you got people jumping off of the, people do drive themselves to SUI, to off themselves. But it's even worse, but people don't understand how many slow deaths they cause. We're not talking about people who break because they didn't been through too much or whatever. You don't know they have a history, a history of abuse, a history of mental illness, because they didn't been wounded. Let's talk about it, because we ain't using the right words, because everybody thinks all this shit is intangible, it's psychological, it's mental. But nigga, picture it. Imagine it. Put the dots together. Use your damn head. Come on now. If this was a physical wound and boom, 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 why would you really be fucking surprised that somebody passed away? That they got all them knives in their back, physical knives in their back. Would you be surprised if somebody didn't make it? No, you wouldn't. So y'all, we need to really be more sensitive to these mental health issues. We need to be more tuned in to these emotional distortions and attacks that be going on against our people and our children. Because it's serious. And we got to see it as that. We got to see it as if a motherfucker oozing blood in front of us type shit. We got to see if somebody just threw a knife at somebody. We got to react like that. Like, don't you say that. Don't you do that. You know what you could do to that person? We need to get on that type of shit. And we there. We there. We there. And because at the end of the day, these people throwing stones behind their hand, that stuff is going to stop. We not hiding the true trauma, the true wounded. We not hiding the true treachery behind some false statistics. We not going to see. That's what they do. They make you focus on what they want you to focus on, while some crazier, most horrific, more horrible shit is going on. Like, focus on this little bit bad shit. It's dramatic and kind of entertaining, and it's horrible, but it's the more horrible shit we covering up, which is the laughing, the mockery, the mental, psychological, emotional, financial abuse. Because when you financially abuse somebody, you automatically emotionally abusing them, spiritually abusing them, automatically fucking with their mind. Because that's their foundation. How they eat, how they sleep, that's their security. That's the first things we need to survive. So you're keeping them in survival mode so they can't get into creative mode. That's an offense. That's a crime. That's a shame. That's a sin. That's I can't think of the word, like what I want to say. It's like when you hit somebody. Like striking somebody, but worse than striking. Hold on. I'm finna wrap this up because I gotta go get my baby. And I ain't even got into the message for real. But the word is assault for right now, because it's even worse than that. Because we ain't talking about just, we talking about you trying to fatally wound somebody. So that's an assault of high grandeur. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I need to be viewed. That's how I need to be seen. That's how I need to be felt. All this little, I just said something. You all right? You just said some shit. You keep saying some shit. Wow, they powerfully anointed uncle in the room, or dark divine uncle in the room, light divine grandma. You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand the extensions of the divine, the systems, and how this stuff kind of could go down, and then it'll just automatically help you move in righteousness. Not in fear and righteousness, but a lot of these people, shit, you need that. You need some of these people out here, they wild, and not in a good way. They just can't. They have trouble being they antisocial. Some of these people are antisocial by nature. They need help dealing with other motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? And the divine here to help you, bitch. The divine here is here to help you, bitch. Because you ain't finna go outside around these people acting like that. Acting like a fucking sociopath, psychopath, user, abuser, predator. It's a special place for y'all motherfuckers who target the vulnerable. And you ain't gotta be young. You could be young-minded. You can know a motherfucker ain't advanced in a certain area, don't know a lot in a certain area, and you try to move on them. Oh, baby, divine moving on you, boo. So yeah, I only got to my first line, but I feel like that the message that came out was the message that needed to come. And so the first line was they laughed at you. And they don't understand how big of an effect. They kept laughing and snickering and talking shit about your sayings, your herbs, your elixirs, your remedies, your rituals, your ancestors, and how you believe in them and how you love them, and da-da-da-da-da. Jesus is an ancestor, let's be clear. If he came in the flesh and died, okay? They mocked your spirituality, said you was weird, lost, or even worse, satanic. So, that's the first part. I'm going to go and pick up my daughter and take a breather, and from channeling this very strong energy. Y'all ancestors are here. And, they moving on motherfuckers who thought they was finna move on you.